The Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000? What the fuck? You know, I feel like I'm just gonna stop reading the description of these things. I feel like that could give spoilers. And I think it'll be more interesting if I just predict it based off the title. So what, the Applejack's gonna, I don't know, make an invention for making apples? I don't fucking know. Okay. Yeah, not looking forward to this. Last, like, I don't even know. Like, all of them have just been so shit. And so painfully just boring and nothing. The only one so far that I mildly enjoyed was the one where it was Spike's birthday. Just because there was some just ridiculous moments in that one where I actually kind of laughed. And I'm hoping that this actually goes somewhere. This is just so shit to watch, this show. When it's just like this. It's not even so bad it's funny. It's just so bad it's infuriating. Just, ugh. What the fuck? Wait, was that like a naked joke? She looked like she was embarrassed to be not wearing clothes, even though they'd never wear clothes. Was she already there? And there's Pinky. Oh my god. So is this like where people stay up for like 3 weeks in front of GameStop to get the new stupid whatever game? Ugh, fuck this intro. It's almost disturbing that the intro doesn't make me mad anymore. The sheer amount of times that I've heard it. These fucking butt shots. Oh my god. So damn creepy. This is the most boring montage ever. Literally just a bunch of characters drinking the cider. And now they're not gonna have any now that she's there. And there's no more. I'm actually not sure where they're going so far. What the fuck is that? Is this gonna be a competing cider thing? Or is that gonna be is this gonna be like a corporate machines taking over? That's the plot? And that homegrown traditional thing is better? Is that what they're going for? Is this supposed to be a song? Oh my fucking god. Every note in the song is like someone just making another dent in my skull. Wait, is this literally just 2 notes? Repeated? I guess it changes based on like the chord it's on. Okay, it is at least changing the chord. I thought it was literally just 2 different notes, like a root and a fifth or something.
I can't believable!
What's unbelievable is that this song is still going on. What the hell? I thought this was gonna end like 3 times already. This is so stupid. Oh my god. I can't believe this is real. Oh my gosh. You just have this long, ridiculous song. Now you have this exposition as I guess at least this is kind of like an actual plot. Because like there's actually like there is somewhat of a plot here. But even then it's like this is a story, but it's still really boring. How many times have they just been like, oh, our cider's better than your cider? Like how many times are they just gonna say, oh, we're better because we're faster, but we're better because we're higher quality? It is 13 minutes into this episode and they just introduced an actual conflict. Like this episode should have been over like 3 minutes ago, like wrapping up. Oh my god. It's weird though. With this one, I'm having a hard time pinpointing exactly why this is so boring. Like what's happened? They lined up to get the cider, then they ran out, then these people come in and say, hey, we can make cider. Then Appleacre says, no, you're bad. That's what it's been for the last 13 minutes. Wait, apple cider is more than just apples, isn't it? And they're gonna be overconfident, so that's why. And so this is how they're gonna win. Like something that could have been introduced and explained in a cold open was done over 13 minutes. Like I'm not kidding. You could have introduced this idea that that there's the cider that's really important, and then there's these other people who are going to be these people we're trying to take over within a minute.
Come on, Rainbow Dash.
Oh my god. So it's just a lesson is quality is better than quantity, which isn't actually always true. I mean, it is true for some things, but not always. Yeah, there's the lesson. I think I'm supposed to hate them, but I don't care about any of these characters enough to actually care that they're losing their fields. And so now they're gonna drink all the cider. Yep, they're gonna drink it and it's shit. And they cheated, so they win. Or they cheated, so they lose, and they leave. Wait, if they could make enough for the whole town in 1 hour, how does they not make enough in 2 days? It's kind of, I don't know, kind of funny, I guess. She didn't learn anything because she already knew it. Fuck, that was so boring. I feel like I'll just say this in like every episode, or I could say this about every episode. But this one was so incredibly dragged out. This one was a very simple plot. The apples are, because that's what you'd call them, the apples are making cider, and they want to make it high quality for the town, and so they can't make enough for the whole town at their normal quality. Then these other guys show up and can make it way faster, but they can't make it as high of quality. And then they challenge them to a contest contest to see who can make more in an hour, and then obviously they win. The reason they win is because they end up cheating and putting in, instead of only using the good apples, they also use the bad ones, and so their cider tastes like shit, and even though they made a lot more cider, they lose. And that's it, really. This is such a simple concept. Like 13 minutes, we're basically introducing these other apple people and them challenging them to the contest. I am not kidding. You could have taken that entire 13-minute sequence and turned it into like a 1-minute cold open. That is not an exaggeration whatsoever. Like, I'm thinking, okay, Gravity Falls, Northwest Mansion Mystery. The cold open of that episode starts out with basically Dipper's watching TV, then the news comes on showing that the Northwests are having their mansion party, and then it's introduced that Mabel and her friends want to go to it, and then Pacifica knocks on Dipper's door because she needs his help with taking care of a monster. Well, I guess that's not the cold open, but that's like the first minute or so after the intro. The cold open is introducing that there's this, like, he's not a monster, it's a ghost. There's a ghost haunting the mansion. So all of that happens in maybe 2, maybe 3 minutes, and introduces everything that's going to happen in the episode. If that episode was in this show, like My Little Pony, if that had Northwest Mansion Mystery, it would have taken 13 minutes to develop all that stuff. It is so unbelievably slow and boring. It's just, it's shocking. Just drag it out so long. Like, all you need for this concept for a cold open, you have them all in a line for the cider. You have Rainbow Dash at the end complaining like, oh, this line is so long. And then you have the other guys come over and be like, hey, we have our cider over here, and ours is way faster. And then these two new guys say how they're way better than the apples, and then they challenge them to a competition. You could have done that in one cold open before the intro, and then that would have covered it all. That would have covered the first 13 minutes of this episode, and then you could have had 9 minutes to make a normal, just quick segment. Oh my god. Whoops, I forgot to give this a rating. This was so boring, though. I mean, it's several hours later, but I just remembered I forgot to give it a rating. 2 out of 10. Just so boring. Did not need to be 20 minutes. Nothing interesting. Nothing at all. Just so bad.